What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got another dyno short for you. We got this Neon Srt4. Hopefully it's not like the last two that need something. Anyways, this one's a tune. I'm not sure of everything that's done to it. I'm not sure on the motor. It may just be a stock block. I got a message to the customer. But as for what we could tell that it's got on it, this thing's got some motor mounts. It's got a big turbo on it. I think it's got a 3-bar sensor. It's got a return line, catch can, throttle body, big front mount, 3-inch exhaust, return line. So she got some potential. Pretty sure this thing's pump gas car. And we're going to install a boost controller for the customer, and we'll see where this thing lands. But pretty clean little Eblue. Looks good. Alright guys, so we got her strapped down, and as you can see, we just made our first pull. So we got the Diablo unmarried out of it, pulled the stock file out with HP tuners, and then started making changes. And we got our base map in it, and we made our first tug. And so you guys are about to see this here. Okay guys, that run was pretty clean for our first pull, but we definitely need to get some more fuel in her, get the fueling dialed in. And so first pull was 383 and 401 foot-pounds of torque. And you can see we had to shut it down early because our fuel was running away. So I actually just looked over the bay again, and it looks like we don't have a vacuum line on the regulator. So we're gonna go ahead and get the boost reference hooked up on the regulator, and then make another tug, see what happens. Well guys, unfortunately we gotta pull another one off the dyno. We're running out of fuel. We got the rising rate hooked up, and it started to rise, but then as we got closer to the red line, it started falling back down to 40 psi, which lets us know, clip my tag there, which lets us know that we are running out of fuel. So the customer kind of had an inclination this might happen. There is a 450 in tank, but as you guys know with the Srt4s, it's not just a simple drop in of 450 into the stock canister on these things. So we're gonna get this thing pulled off the dyno, pulled onto the lift, drop the tank out of it, and see about getting this canister modified, and get this 450 in tank and get this bad puppy back on the dyno. So we've got the Neon back on the dyno, put it on the lift, pulled it apart, changed the fuel hat, modified it, put a Walbro 450 in it, and then we got the thing back on the dyno with some fuel in it, and lo and behold, our fuel pressure issue is resolved. So we're gonna go ahead and get back in it and start making some pow-pow. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one wrapped up. The Eblue Srt4 is all finished. John's pulling it around front right now. I wanted to take a quick second to thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe. And let's take a look here at the progression of this thing on the dyno. A little close up. Okay. So we got this thing on the dyno, and like I said, this thing's big turbo on ethanol, and you can see the progression here that we made with it once we got the injectors dialed in, and then we were tuning strictly on the wastegate. You can see this thing basically on the first pull made 383 and 401 foot-pounds of torque. And then as we got tweaking on this thing and getting the fueling dialed in, the ignition timing dialed in, and the boost set where we want it, we ended up finishing out at 523 and 500 foot-pounds of torque. You can see, I mean, the curve looks really good. Very happy with how this thing came out. And here, I'll go ahead and pull up the very last run for you guys. And there's the very last run. Nice smooth curve. Air fuels are good. So I'm gonna give you guys one last walk around of this thing, let you hear it. Got some cams in there. Got a little bit of chop action. You're gonna need to get rid of these Continentals though. They ain't cutting it. They are not cutting it. But this is one pretty clean Eblue, man. This thing, once he gets some tires on it, he's gonna be hurting some feelings with this thing. But we're gonna go ahead and give him a call. Get this bad. We're gonna get this bad man Majama back to him. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.